Is there?
Yeah, I just had to reboot my bloody system. It was working. No sticks, no bloody comms.
YouTube movie has started. Welcome.
Welcome to YouTube. I'm just starting my one. Although, I don't know how well it'll be succeeding tonight. We're still getting arrivals.
Telling people to hurry up.
Yes, well.
User joined your channel.
Sir?
Is it?
Well, can anybody hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I hear you.
Got
You're
no
loud.
multiplayer.
Do not see you on the pilot's list.
No, I've got no, I'm not connected.
Stop!
Oops, big splash, big splash.
Splash!
Nope. Perfect.
Yeah, now how's he going to get out of that position?
Turning.
Turning!
It doesn't have flotation bags in it.
Oh, he's doing it.
Engaging thrusters.
It'll float for a while.
Oh yeah, definitely float for a while. It's got massive surface tension.
Aye.
Can somebody give me a clue what the server's called?
01 multiplayer. How many minutes have I got to get rid of this thing?
About 0 as of right now. It's 8 o'clock.
Oh shit, sorry. Going.
Go faster. Faster than that.
Bye!
Right. We're waiting for him to do the briefing, or is he just going to listen?
We'll give him a minute.
We'll give him a minute.
I can't join, sorry.
Okay.
Just dropped in.
Alright.
Who's not ready for a brief?
Get your briefs out.
Get your briefs out. Weather is core high pressure. Time is noon. We will initially follow the runway vector until we take off for our first destination, which is SAZS, Sierra Alpha Zulu Sierra. And we're going to climb initially at 1,500 feet per minute because we got significant shit to get over. We'll try to go to 130 knots. We probably won't make it. Probably won't make it in the climb.
You said 110 knots.
I did?
You did.
Oh, well, I lied.
Your briefing says 110 knots.
We won't make it. Time-wise.
Yeah,
So-
the first half is 130, second half 110.
Yeah, but plans change, you know that.
That's what I thought I said. Oops.
All right then. Come on then. Come on.
Come on. Watch me.
I'll watch you. Fine.
Anybody in an empty Gazelle?
I'm in the Gazelle.
Actors in the Gazelle. Get in it at your own risk.
Yeah, right, no, the fuck's out of that.
Line leader, for those watching the video, is in the BO105 when he's in front of my 412. He's got smoke on.
Current heading is heading mug 144.
Hate bugs.
Squash them.
You live in the midget capital of the world.
I feed him to my Venus flytrap. She loves it. Her name's Veronica.
Oh my.
Higher on your 6, VooDoo. Shit. Taking nobody's died yet. We are only just off the runways. What's our target altitude?
8,000 feet, sir. Why is this thing jumping around like a maniac?
I don't know.
It's a rhetorical question.
Here, Porsche's, have I got you as a passenger, mate?
You sure have. Watch out for the hammer under the seat.
Yeah. That's
Well,
my,
anything you want to
helicopter.
take over, just go ahead, mate.
No, it's not that kind of MP flight.
Oh,
It can do it though, you say, actually. There you go.
watch out for
And
the
you wouldn't want
landings.
to anyway. Have you seen me try to fly a helicopter?
Yes, many times.
And
Bad
sometimes you
idea.
do a good job.
Yeah, for about 10 seconds.
Oh, I'm lagging. Oh, Jesus. I'm lagging. This is not good.
We got a bit of lag here as well. And the cotton wool's not moving.
What's not moving?
The cotton wool. No, wool. Wool?
Wool.
Yeah, it's stationary. I've
Turn
noticed
and
that.
slip. Most expensive gauge in the aircraft.
Yeah. 2
Just-
pence.
Close your eyes on the landings, they tend to be a wee bit dramatic.
That's right, the kids have got shocks in them. I won't be here for long, so don't worry.
No worries, mate.
That's important instrument.
Whoops.
Continuing my 1,500 foot per minute climb to 8,000 feet, turning to GPS FMS 154, mark. If you can steal a glance to our right, do so.
Oh God, all I can see is actor. Do you mean scenery-wise?
Yeah.
Big pointy thing.
No, that's my system. Crashed again.
Oh,
Oh well.
what's going on with your flight gear, mate?
I'm alright. I'm not in a lot of terrain.
Whoops.
So, basically, that's the end of that.
Overspeed, overspeed, overspeed.
Yeah.
That's better.
I'm not the best chopper pilot out.
Well, I'm doing
join
better
the
than I
club.
normally do.
Alex says he'll take next week, by the way.
Oh, sweet. Very good.
Yeah, I've heard that about him.
Did you hear it from Andy? Oh, that was sweet.
So much for autopilot.
No, don't use it, helicopter.
What?
Autopilot's good until you have to turn it off.
Depending on which chopper you're flying.
Some of them are right. Some of them are not.
I once did
Go
an
to about
entire.
10,000 feet, then turn it off.
I once did an entire flight manual stick in a helicopter, and my fucking arm killed me.
Oh yeah, I get sweaty palms doing that. No, wait, yeah.
Oh, you're doing well, actor.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, killed
Just trying
you.
to remember. Just trying to remember to breathe now and again, you know.
Bum clinchy time. Overspeeding.
Yeah.
God, I love the sound of this gazelle.
Where'd everybody go?
Well, I'm not in there at the minute, so.
I'm behind and below.
You can see you on the horizon.
Passing through 7,300 on my way to 8,000 feet.
I haven't got your model, VooDoo.
Why?
I don't know. Has there been a recent update?
Nope.
Fuck knows then. Who's in the death banana?
Not me.
November 66.
Good luck with
Yeah.
that.
Death Banana's fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
What could
catch up.
possibly go wrong?
You want a list? Pretty birdie. Pretty birdie.
Is there a load of rusty coloured areas on your scenery?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
some of
autumn.
them it's winter, autumn, anyway, so.
Yeah, late autumn.
I didn't get a chance to download the scenery anyway.
Yeah, well, I forgot all about it. I had to do it at 6 o'clock.
What? You made it?
You made it!
Yeah, well, I gathered the scenery 2 weeks ago and I forgot all about it. Until this afternoon.
I thought I was the only one.
I've been trying to sort the flaps out on the Provost and didn't get right far. Thanks for the replies. I've uploaded a reply and a complete copy of what I've got so far. I managed to get the rudder elevator and the ailerons to work properly with not real great shakes.
Didn't
But
have
the
any
flaps.
when I looked at it. Did you make them?
No, I just edited the XML file, put the right codes in, and off it went.
The
But the
the model I got doesn't have any flaps, ailerons, or any objects at all. It's all one object, except for the
Yeah,
gear.
well, I've been merging stuff together and naming it.
Ah, cool.
Still got a lot of things to put together.
It'll
But,
take forever.
But it's just the flaps. I've done the port flap one way and the starboard flap another way. The starboard flap nearly works, but not quite. But the port flap doesn't do it. It goes balmy. So I don't know. It's this differences in X, Y, and Z between the CAD and the flight gear.
Here's the cool thing about if you have a symmetrical model, and most of them are, once you find the coordinates for stuff on the port side,
Yeah,
Like-
no, it's on the other, doesn't it?
port flaps, all you have to do is transfer the same coordinates and change the Y values to positive instead of negative. And it should work fine.
But what I've not been able to find in any of the wikis, it says center and axis, but it doesn't tell you. It just says get that information from the model, but it doesn't tell you which bloody bit of the model you should be looking at.
Whatever
The
object
axis
you're
is-
animating.
The axis is the length, the hinge of the flap, basically. From
Yeah,
one
well, that's-
corner to the other corner, that's your axis.
Where do you want it to rotate around?
Well, that's what I've been trying to do, but doing two X's and two Y's and two Z's, that's gone the worst.
Well, you got to make sure you got them in the right order.
Yeah, well, I thought I got it right.
So
Anyway, I'll have another look at it. But if somebody can have a look and just see if there's anything stupid I am doing wrong.
If you're not doing something stupid, you ain't trying hard enough.
Well, the main thing is I can't even get any kind of cockpit to display. Well,
What,
what
the one
we
I-
do
the
is
one I
they
put up
build
had-
the panel
The one I put
and
up has the
display the
cockpit in
gauges
it.
of the Vampire.
Dude, the one I put up for you had the cockpit in it.
Right, I'll have a look at that tomorrow.
Which is not even close to the right size, so.
Well, I've actually drawn the scale. Well, I made a 3D model of the panel to this correct size,
Cool.
and it should be the same scale as the aircraft.
This is after what you put up like Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, I've been my panel stuff isn't actually in that model because I've just been. What I did, I thought I'll just superimpose the Gloucester meteor into it, but that doesn't display at all. Although now I've got the cockpit out in fresh air,
Cool.
so that's a big improvement. At least something's happened.
Progress is always fun when you're working on a new aircraft.
Yep, I've gone to 9,000 feet here.
too high, man. You're too high. Shooting from actor's perspective, I can see my own aircraft in the distance.
Did you say it were 8,000 VooDoo?
I am at 8,000 feet, sir.
It just looked to be a lot higher than that.
Till you're rolling a cigarette and flying a helicopter, it's not an easy task.
No, it is not. I find walking and chewing gum at the same time is conducive when you're flying a helicopter.
I get these instructor and a pupil learning to fly helicopters on Facebook, on one of them rolls what pops up, and this instructor's taking this guy into really, I would call, dangerous spots to land, you know, because there's be a tiny landing place for helicopters.
I find the landings are part of training.
But there's bloody wires down one side and wind turbines. So it just shake me up if I were trying to do that in reality. And landing on a pallet.
That's Stuart's
one of
trick.
Stuart's challenges.
Wouldn't believe it could be done if I hadn't seen Stuart and Guy both do it. I think Sonny's done it too.
Let's see. Can be done.
Yeah, well, the difference is in reality it doesn't go down to 4 frame rates when you on your last particular
Good point.
beat.
Yeah, FPS is a killer.
Some nice lakes.
Beautiful scenery here.
Well, I'm in the air again.
Oh my.
Out.
You're only 71 miles back, but you're not too far from
What?
it.
What? 71?
That's what I've got.
showing 38.
Oh, excuse me.
miles.
Excuse me. I was reading kilometers. No, you're 38.41 miles away. Right there with November 66.
The other one comes up on Facebook is that guy what buys old wrecks of aircraft and gets them flight.
He's an arsehole.
But the one he was
That's
showing
getting
was an MD 500 what came from Venezuela.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. At all.
But it sounded like the helicopter being restored by qualified engineers, not just give it a rinse off and start the engine up and off you go.
See, Cairns had a power outage. It's becoming a bit of a habit that worldwide, or Europe.
Who's had an outage?
Cannes, France, south of France.
Oh, well, it's only the rich twats, so it don't really matter.
Well,
They'll have to run their engines on the super yachts.
well, I wouldn't say no to a couple of million.
Well, if you get a couple of million, you won't say no, you keep on going. That's the problem.
Whoops.
I've changed my monitor and they're getting better frame rates now. Is the monitor related to frame rate speed?
Well, it depends on your refresh rate and your monitor and what your video card's native refresh rate is. We just have to force a different rate to match your monitor or not.
Yeah, well this monitor does about 180 tops, so depending what cable you're using. So should I set it to 60 maximum in flight gear?
No idea.
Sorry?
I've no idea. The frame rate in flight gear doesn't affect the refresh rate in the monitor.
I like flight gear. Give me everything it's got when it can.
Whee!
Mother enjoys
You
shooting.
still do well, Bob.
I'm going to have to fix this throttle controller. It's got an adjuster. It's sticky as hell. You don't notice it in fixed wing, but you certainly do using it as a collective.
Sweaty
Sweaty
palms.
palms.
That you would use in your computer for the various purposes.
Yeah, you need to use a wet wipe and clean it all down. Does this lake look to be frozen to you?
No, not to me.
I can't tell, but if we fall out the sky and have a look.
You don't get wet, it's frozen.
Yeah, if you bounce, it's
Okay,
not
we'll
frozen.
bounce.
Or if you bounce, it's frozen.
Doing very well. This is pretty good.
Yep. I can see waves, but that's about it.
It's just changed to water now.
Well, I'm looking from your perspective, it's frozen.
No, it's just changed to us. It looks like.
No, it's just changed the water now. Literally, just then. Might be tile data.
What's your GPS, FMS, VooDoo?
current GPS FMS is 154, sir.
One, what, sorry?
154.
Roger.
Yeah, on Thursday afternoon we had the police helicopter flying not so far away from where I live. He must have done about 100 circuits. When I got it up on the radar tracking thing, it was perfect circles.
Now that's strange, this morning we had one too. It wasn't a police helicopter, it was kind of military looking. And
No,
he
this
was
was
low.
a police helicopter.
Oh, it was grey. It definitely not a cop helicopter. More military in look.
Yeah, well, I've got an app on my phone and it shows you all the air ambulances, police and Coast Guard and stuff. Some of the flight radar and the other one, ADS, doesn't always show police and stuff. So would it be going round on autopilot, Stuart, or would it be doing
Probably
manually?
if we're doing a search pattern, and it'll be the other guy will be concentrating on the camera before somebody.
Yeah, you don't see them as much as you used to do. At one period, about 10 years ago, they used to be there every Sunday night, other side of the valley from where I live, and the noise of the engine sort of carries across to my side of the valley.
Feet, 130 knots indicated, GPS FMS 154. We're about 13 minutes out of Sierra Alpha Zulu Sierra, which is not our midpoint destination, but it's like within 15 minutes of it, so we're on time so far. Woohoo!
Hey, actor, your flight helmet needs servicing 23 years ago.
My what?
Your flight helmet.
Alright.
He says it's old. Whoa, here's Stuart caught up in it quick. He must have used compressed time.
Yeah.
He's Doctor Who.
Who?
Who?
What?
Who? What?
Eh?
Hey?
Hey? Exterminate, exterminate.
You'll only make me run behind the couch saying that. Us kids used to do that back in the 60s. And that was just when the music started.
Then it's when all woke.
And then we had a black Doctor Who.
A gay black guy is a doctor. Oh,
Oh, fuck off.
yeah.
I stopped watching it when Capaldi started.
No, it went to a female doctor, and then it's.
I think she was the word.
Yeah, and then the latest one is a gay black doctor,
Fucking lovely.
and it's been universally hated. So he's been sacked.
Oh,
Overspeed, overspeed, overspeed.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Now it's flown an AC 145 in Young's. Quite nice it is.
I think I was flying trying out the Super Stallion, and then overspeeding that, you've got seconds to
Oh,
sort
you're
it.
done with that thing.
You go down like a brick.
It is a brick.
I love the Stallion. It's a great helicopter.
It's a good helicopter when you're flying it within its limits, but if you push it too hard, it's very quick to kill you. It's fully aerobatic as well, like can loop and roll, by the way, if you know what you're doing. I've actually seen the video of the CH-53 actually really doing the barrel rolls for display purposes. Testing.
So if you mishandle it, it'll kill you, not like the other helicopters.
No, it kills you with a bit more passion.
Ooh.
The usual helicopter death is just as cold-blooded and just dead. You're done. No way. But this does have a bit of theatrics about it.
Ah, this one rattles and froths. Something spectacular.
Oh shit, I'm crap.
What?
No, the screen froze there.
Ah,
Yep, same here.
that have to get over it.
Frame rate's at 50. I don't suppose that's bad.
I got 60.
Got 33.
You get loads of frame. You get high frame rates when you're a passenger because you're not actually working
Yeah,
with
I know.
the
But it's good boast. I haven't seen 60 up on the screen for ages.
Have you thrown up yet, mate?
No!
Well, it's time yet.
It's time, yeah. You'll experience the blocky terrain avoidance system as well.
Takeoff and flying, not too bad. The landings are something else.
You'll be fine.
It's the hardest part.
Overspeeding again.
Yeah.
Use the A key if you want to catch up. Don't just try and go faster.
Yeah. You must be quite far behind because the gazelles are fast helicopter 20 knots faster than what we're
You're
going.
only a mile behind, so don't worry about it.
Set about 140, 145 and you'll be fine. Just don't go 150. Wait,
No, I'm happy. It's not a race.
That's right.
If it was, I'd be winning it. So.
Now somebody brought links.
I think I'll be flying up when he's prep playing around in afternoons.
What trees around here?
Lots of trees.
Trees!
Trees, trees, trees.
No flamingos.
Descending under autopilot control to 6,000 feet on my mark standby.
Uh-oh.
Descending to 6,000. Maintain GPS FMS 154-130 knots, please. Thank you.
On my Facebook as well, get all these videos from that bank manager Dave Fishwick.
Yeah.
He's always showing these helicopters off at some airfield or hangar. Is that barter, do you think?
Yeah, I think it is. Although when he gets his helicopter service, that's not Barton, I can't remember where it is. It's definitely not service to Barton, but he gets a lot of his fuel there because it's near home.
It's from Burnley, so Barton's next door, probably. The last video is showing these AW109s and a Huey.
Yeah, the Huey's for sale, that's a shame. That was the one that used to do all the air shows, and they had a little bird and a Cobra as well. They were doing a full Vietnam thing at one point. It's COVID killed all that. Although the thought of owning a Huey would be really, really nice, it is really, really expensive to run out of a Huey because of its age.
I'm going to change my name to Charlie. I thought you were talking about me there.
What, Huey?
Yeah, that's my first name.
Shug?
Shug.
Well, that Jet Ranger he flies, I think he says he puts 300 gallons in it when he goes on any kind of trip.
Well, Jet Ranger's a relatively stable, well, it's a tried and tested platform really for the civil market. I still don't think an old Bell is not the most economical type of helicopter to run in a single turbine.
Level at 6,000 feet.
At your 5 o'clock position.
Great sound on concrete. Come on, thunder. We've got no scenery.
That's going to make for an issue.
Actor, Huey,
Yo.
have you got scenery?
I don't have orthos, no.
No, anything on the ground at all.
Yes, there's stuff
Nope.
on the ground. Parker, you should just turn your
Screen's
your
locked
thing on,
again.
'cause you're not running that. You're not actually needing the frame rate to fly. Just turn your thing on.
No, I've just got green and grey. Trees over to the left, or port.
Well, on this is, on mine it's a lot of orange because it's in autumn colours.
Yeah.
But the water in the sea must be the sea. That's just turned to sea again.
Oh, I see an airfield in front of it.
Yeah, there's actually two of them. One of them's real and the other one's just a picture of one.
Doesn't really matter when a helicopter we can land in it.
Damn straight.
Oh, it's
We
come
can
back
go
up.
anywhere we want.
We can. We do what we want. We do what we want to do. We want to be free.
I'm free.
No, not that one.
No,
That's
it
it.
didn't catch
Baz
that.
Luhrmann, isn't it? I want to be free. I want to do what I want to do.
I'm not free, but I'm relatively inexpensive. Let's put it that way.
Ooh.
Whoop. Note to self, fix the throttle.
There's a
What
hammer
would that
under the
mean?
seat.
Ooh, death banana in proximity. Woohoo! Woohoo!
What's a death banana?
The CH-47.
Ah, that was my first aircraft I flew in FlightNight.
You get the death bananas, the CH of the Chinooks, the CH-46s and the Valeskis and H-21s, that's the death banana family. And you get the death egg, which is the 500 series.
I quite liked the Chinook.
Chinooks fly fine if you match them, there's nothing wrong with them.
The new one's lovely.
I remember
The
the
old ones
takeoff
used to
was a
kill
bit
you all the
dramatic.
time.
The old one would kill you in a heartbeat because there's FDM and it was absolute trash.
Are you taking off? Die.
I do have the
Yeah,
C
turn.
I've got the CH-46 as well sitting on my hard drive that I've had for a couple of years that I've never really, not really got into very much yet.
What's the other one, Stuart, that's like an air crane, but part of the CH-40 family?
CH-40? We get CH-46, which is the baby Chinook, which the Navy, the US Navy used. CH-47.
There's the turn. New
Sky
GPS,
Crane.
new GPS FMS 200. Should be given 900 foot per minute climb on my mark.
Ah, bollocks, I thought we were landing.
Mark, climbing at 900 feet per minute. Going back to 8,000 feet, gents.
Well, there is an helicopter called a Sky Crane, what has
Yeah, there is.
a big hollow bit in the middle where it can lift crane stuff up and into.
Yeah, it's got a cargo pod in section in the middle of it. It can take cargo pods, or it can just reuse the crane, or it can do lots of different things. But I can't remember what it is.
I must have imagined it then, because I thought it was like, that's where they got Thunderbird 2 from. It's a helicopter that used to land on a container and then clip it in and then just take off again.
That's the Sky Crane.
Oh shit,
That's the Sky
sorry.
Crane,
My fault.
But a tin made by Boeing. I think it's made by a separate company. Got very powerful engines, massive rotors.
I really thought there was a Chinook version.
No, we're not. The Sky Crane was actually the mechanics of the CH-53 were based on Sky Crane. Originally, the early CH-53s.
What's Marine One? Is it just a Sea King?
Oh, it's a modified Sea King CH. Well, it's a US version. It's a CH-3, SH-3. Sorry, Sea King. There's also been marine versions of the S-92.
Pilot, I suggest going left. I don't think you're going to make that.
Whee!
They even proposed.
Alright, take it back. Well done.
For the new marine one, they even proposed a version of the Merlin at one point, but being American said no.
Not being good allies, they're very good at buying our aircraft, aren't they?
No.
I think the only one they ever bought was the Canberra.
Yeah, they bought the Canberra because they had nothing else that could do the job.
Exactly. They didn't have anything like it.
I think that's what morphed into the U2 as well.
Looks good.
The U2 is just a modified Starfighter.
Well, they'd made a Canberra, they put bigger wings on it, so to
Yeah.
fly
They
higher.
still use a version of it. They call it, I can't remember, the B40, something they call it? I can't remember. But they've stuck bigger wings in it for the reconnaissance so it could fly even higher, and then they put newer engines in it now. It's still actually in service.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
You ever see that program where James May got a trip in the U2?
Yeah.
He gets all the fun.
Jeremy Clarkson got an F-15.
Yeah, his new series
Sort of
that started on Friday. Series 4 of Clarkson's Farm.
Yeah, I watched the first episode.
What a load of tosh.
It's actually, it's a good series.
It is pretty good. I can relate to a lot of the problems he's having because I have the same issues with councils as well.
After the initial series where it is just started off as a piss take, and then it started having serious, you know, the serious problems that farmers do have, you know, with the weather and the weather just screws them up completely.
The weather screwed me over this weekend because it's a bank holiday, it was guaranteed to rain and it did.
Yeah, well, we had the first rain in about 5 weeks yesterday. Last night, morning.
It's been raining all day here.
It's been raining since about 4 o'clock here.
Needed it though.
4 o'clock yesterday as well.
Daydreaming again, I'm up at 12,000 feet.
Oh, look at that lovely river down there. But
Yeah.
You can see it now.
Somebody feed the bear in the cage.
Say again?
Somebody feed that bear that's in the cage.
something about a bear in a cage.
Yeah. Figure it out.
I heard a growl, so I figured somebody ought to feed that bear.
Oh!
Walking bear,
Take the bear.
Oh, that'll be me moaning. Just ignore me. Whee!
So, you two from America, do you get bears where you live?
Do you get what?
In my backyard.
Do you get what?
You get bears where you live.
He gets them in his backyard, and you couldn't understand it.
You? No, we don't get bears here. We got mountain lions though. Coyote, bobcat.
I just fancy having a bobcat or a mountain lion for a pet.
My late brother-in-law Jim, when they moved to California, he took Rosemary, his wife, out for a walk. Warned her all about ticks, etc., you know, not to go bare-legged. They walked along having a great time, and they heard the tick, 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 and it was a rattler. Of course, Rosemary just about turned to run, and Jim says, "Don't move. If he feels the vibration, but he can't see you, just stand still, don't move." Sure enough, he moved away. The secret is not to panic.
Don't panic.
I just shit a brick. She was very close to it.
There's another one of these reels what's been coming up on my Facebook, this guy in South Africa, and he must be like he comes and takes the snakes away when they turn up in people's gardens in South Africa, and he's picking these bloody snakes up, and he's only in flip-flops, and all he's got is a bit of a stick with an hook on the end, and he sort of pulls them by the tail and
Oh, he's a
puts
snake
them into a
wrangler.
plastic pipe.
Yeah, the flip-flops are just foam, so they don't make any vibration, and the hook stick is so they can whack it around the neck.
Yeah,
And the snake will want to go forwards, so it
grabs
just
it by its
picks
tail
it up.
and there's a pipe, and it disappears into the pipe.
Well, they lost one of their dogs through a tick bite. Got a really bad infection, I had to put it down. Carry all kinds of diseases, nasty things.
You get Lyme disease.
Yeah,
Two ticks. I found 2 ticks for me last week. I reckon it's because I'm working amongst the long grass watering trees at the minute.
It's because you're extra special, Stuart, that's why. 2
Yeah, no.
ticks.
There was one in the palm of my hand when I woke up. How about
You're doing it wrong.
Beginning a 900 foot per minute descent now. Mark. Maintain 130 knots. We're descending to ground level.
Now,
Send it
Brian's
to
a
the
bit
point of
lumpy.
splat.
Could you be more specific?
We're gonna land.
Woohoo!
Or crash. Meters appropriate.
that? Orbeus near.
whoops.
Orbeus flying a Zeppelin.
You leave Zeppelins alone, there's nothing wrong with them.
And we won't be able to keep up.
Getting the engine started, that's something else.
Stuart, when you come in as a passenger, does the aircraft recalculate the weight
Say that again?
as you fly as a passenger in a helicopter? Does the system reprogram the weight of the aircraft?
No, we haven't got that working yet. It is possible to do it, but we haven't got it working yet.
Okay, cool.
It's something
No,
I
don't
haven't-
worry about it, always waddle everywhere.
I haven't really spent a lot of time looking at it. It is possible to do it, but I haven't really investigated much into it.
Could you not program it in as like a phantom fuel tank that weighs 78 kilos or something?
Yeah, the There's a way that, well, you can assign a waypoint to every seat in the aircraft, basically, and technically, whatever seat you choose to sit in, your weight would be added to that particular seat.
Oh, cool.
That's how you can do it. You'd have your own configuration to sit in your system configuration and your equipment menu to set your own body weight, and that body weight would transfer across onto the actual aircraft.
So it's there, but just not implemented.
Correct.
Cool.
The Gazelle was my multiplayer pilot test bed. But the network code is just a bit too slow to make it viable to fly a helicopter as the co-pilot. It's doable.
Oh, no, I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about me being in that seat and the helicopter not responding to my weight being there.
I can do. Actually, I'm not paying attention to where I'm going.
But you've just explained that, so that's perfect. Really good.
Be a useful thing if you could do like a pupil and instructor flying the same aircraft.
Yeah, but the tricky bit is getting the co-pilot code across that he can fly the aircraft but not be there.
In level at 4,000 feet, guys.
Yeah. Sorry, baby.
That's okay.
Watch out for power lines.
Eh?
The problem we had with doing dual control, two pilots and pilot and instructor in the helicopters was the minute time delay between the second pilot and then the aircraft reacting. In a fixed wing aircraft, you don't notice it as much because of the way they react, but in a helicopter, it's a wee bit crucial.
Yes, it is. So the packet delivery time was delayed slightly.
Yeah.
And
So-
therefore the helicopter would not appear to respond. You would overcorrect and
Correct.
crash.
And then you're just compounding the problem. You overcorrect and you get thrust loss.
Yes, I understand.
Would you do it like you do learning to fly radio control planes? Have it so you could just take over completely?
No, it's the aircraft only exists on the first pilot. It's pure, really.
Yeah, that's the problem. You see, you can't link two computers together without authorization.
Yeah, and you've still got a network delay. The way it works in flight gear, dual control, second pilot, he sends his control movement to the network server. The network server relays it to the first pilot's computer, and the first pilot's computer then makes the control input for you, and that's too big of a delay. Instead of you
Massive
interfacing
latency
directly.
there.
Yeah. Take it the airfield somewhere around here, Voodoo, is it?
Very close. We're about 3 minutes out. I'm going to begin descending again at 900 feet per minute, minus 900 feet per minute, Mark.
Not you, actor.
Slowing speed
You
to
have to wait a
900.
bit.
Slowing speed to 900, or excuse me, 190 knots.
Oh dear, I've crashed.
Oh,
I was telling N66 I'm off to Blackpool for a long weekend next week. Anyone not got a Blackpool fridge magnet that wants one?
Why would I want one?
no, I've got several.
Well, if you don't have one, I'll get you one.
Uh-oh. Phew!
Oh, I see the airfield.
Yeah, our park-up area is all the way to the far end and to the right. There's a big concrete park-up area. That's where we're going to set down for our midpoint break. About 90 seconds or so.
Well, Andy will be first.
We'll see. She bounces well, but
3 minutes.
it'll be all right.
Fine, fine, very fine.
Pilot, don't descend quite so quickly.
Scaring me, man.
No.
Scaring me, dude.
Oh, there's the airfield there.
Yes, way over there on the left. Okay, so for part 2, I will depart because I'm obviously making network issues here.
You're not making network issues anywhere.
No, you're fine, mate.
When you're
This
passenger,
is the scary bit you're going to miss.
when you're passenger, your network load is minimal. That's why you get the super high frame rates.
Whee!
Kids.
Oh, that's not the airfield, that's a road. Oh, bollocks.
Wish
Oh,
you
there
landed
it is.
that way.
Oh, shut up. No, the airfield's there, look.
Yeah, I see it dead ahead.
What it was.
Right hand side.
My ultimate goal for helicopters and the multiplayer cockpit stuff is to be able to do SAR missions and such like with the guy in the back and be able to guide the helicopter on the target and pick up the rescuees and such like.
Oh, like an ROI?
What?
Flight engineer.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
ROI.
I'd love that job.
Well, you're doing it right up front, so I wouldn't worry about it.
You're just Parker, the chauffeur.
Parker shows her.
Parker, the chauffeur in Thunderbirds.
Oh, Parker, the chauffeur. Just taking the P, that's all.
So where's this parking area?
All the way to the end of the run opposite end of the airfield where we're entering and to the right.
Yes, well, I thought I got the autopilot disconnected in a timely fashion and they decided to do a forward roll. And when you're upside down and very close to the ground, you can't really recover from that.
Roll with it.
Don't
You
think
gotta
this is an
roll
aerobatic
with it.
helicopter.
There we go. Whee!
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
Oh,
Steady, steady.
Bloody backseat flyer.
oh, leave me, he's doing fine.
Yeah,
Oh.
all good, all good.
I'd help if my screen would stop sticking. Oh shit, where am I going? Oh well, I'm going down. Right, next trick. I'm across the road.
Yeah, just pump it across. That's what I used to do.
No, calm down.
Yeah, bit of power, no power. Bit of power, no power.
There's a car coming. Right, I think. No, she doesn't like that.
It's just damaged. Oh well, well done.
Oh well, it's down.
That's right, yeah. Anything you can walk away from is an FGUK FlightNight.
So you're right. Flight model's damaged. Will it restart?
I'd recommend a fresh start.
Yeah. Sierra Alpha Victor Bravo.
Right, I'm gonna
Correct.
get a drink. I'll be right back.
I've had a few,
Me too.
but I'll see you
Yeah,
later.
Cheers, mate.
Airport.
Well done.
User disconnected from your channel.
I'm back.
Back from where?
To restart. Restart them at the end of the runway now. Damaged.
Just a joke.
I'm back on course.
Talking about bears, do you have any special facilities for taking out the trash to stop attracting them? You have to lock up your rubbish.
Landmines?
I was speaking to N66 about bears.
Well, apparently in Greenland, the door handles on doors go upwards to open them. So if polar bears decide to lean on the door handle, the door doesn't open.
Sitting there watching EastEnders, one of these beasts walk in. Oh Jesus!
Because we have so few of them, they're not really around your house a lot. But if there's food out there,
Aye.
a farmer had a corn patch in the back field, and they went right in the middle of that corn patch and tore it all up just to get the corn.
I remember we went to a national park in California. I can't remember the name. It's not Sioux. It's something like that. And there's signs everywhere. Do not eat sandwiches on the trail. You know, no food. Otherwise you get company quick.
So what are the brown bears or grizzlies?
Truthfully, I don't know. I would imagine brown.
The ones here are the black bears, which are the same as the brown, but they're just black, that's all. The grizzlies are out west.
Apparently it's the Klondike ones are meant to be the worst. They're worse than polar bears, apparently.
There was a thing in the news recently, there was a guy shot a black bear that was near his property. And there's been an outcry about it. The bear wasn't bothering him. Some other bear out with its cubs. You know, the bear's got to live. If it's not bothering anyone, why shoot it, you know?
Because
But then
some of those bears can go from not bothering you to killing you in 3 seconds.
Well, I was going to say that. Not living in the areas with bears.
And they can run faster than you and climb up trees better than you can.
Yeah, my ex-wife actually said that. My brother-in-law nearly fell off his chair laughing. She says, I'll just climb a tree. He says it'll be like eating a kebab, meat a stick.
Eating a kebab. Without the vegetables. A meat puppet.
Yeah. Nice and crunchy. Terrible way to talk about the mother of my children.
Oh God. my brother has a farm, comes up from North Carolina up here to Illinois and goes deer hunting or turkey hunting a couple of times a year. Last fall he was deer hunting and didn't see a single deer anywhere, so he started walking around the farm, got out of his tree stand and went running around the farm and found one deer with its throat torn out and half of it eaten and then buried under a bunch of stuff. And,
I think they can go home.
That's what. So we started looking around. He goes, "What do you think? What do you think did that?" I said, "A cougar, a mountain lion." Well, that's supposed to be anybody. So they went through, reviewed all of the DNR trail cam footage and found, yeah, it was a mountain lion, a scraggly looking one, but that's where all the deer were going.
There can be a problem down here. You know, they just come out a tree line, decide to walk across the main road to the other tree line on the opposite side. And the mountain, I've seen one so far. You see them running around.
Scotland
Yeah, oh, good deer everywhere.
got thousands of deer where I live, but players on about lions.
No,
Well, the idea was in certain parts of Scotland where it's very remote to reinstall links to keep the deer numbers down. Farmers won't have it.
no, because they'll end up like foxes, they'll go for anything.
They did an unofficial release of 4 links in the winter there. Up in the Cairngorms National Park, there's another batch of them released.
They were going to release wolves for a while.
Yeah.
Big
Okay.
mistake that.
We're going to head out for our final destination, which is Sierra Charlie. Sierra Charlie Tango November. We're going to be going 110 knots. Target speed's 110 knots. I have an initial GPS FMS of 221 from here. We're going to 8,000 feet at 900 feet per minute. Who's not ready to go?
I'm spooling up.
I will wait for a bit.
No, go for
Maybe
it,
I
mate.
can keep up this time.
It's not a race then, 6-6.
Sure it is.
We've done the helicopter race and stuff before.
Hey, feel ease up.
Whoa!
That was scary, eh?
Well, I was flying sideways following your takeoff, and you just turned into me.
Well, you know, I was glad to see you.
Oh, bollocks.
Crashed?
Oops.
No, I'm trying to reload the route planner, fly, and do all kinds of shit in one
You
time.
do that on the ground.
Yeah, alright, so my memory's not good.
Clearly.
Ah, it's locked up. I'll just follow you guys.
I'll get you there.
I'm just a steely-eyed pearly man.
For 110 knots, climbing at 900 feet per minute. GPS FMS 221 degrees. Climbing through 2,600 feet on my way to 8,000. Try to keep up, boys.
I have no problem.
No.
I'm right below you.
I see you. Well, interesting thing. I haven't crashed again since I stopped broadcasting.
Uh-oh.
So I take it my broadcaster has got issues with my current setup, or its current setup.
You haven't done an update recently, have you?
There was an update to the program a few weeks ago.
Oh, boy.
I've still got it running, but I'm not broadcasting, and it's fine.
Plane rates are good now. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, I've got 10.
Getting 114.
How many?
114.
Wowee.
You get 4 when you're coming into London.
you go, VooDoo? Oh, there you go.
Should be here.
That's neat.
Climbing through 6,001 on my way to 8,000 feet at 900 feet per minute. GPS FMS is 221 degrees. I'm at 110 knots. ETA Sierra Charlie Tango November 33 minutes.
Just had another look at that download you returned to us, VooDoo. So could you actually see that panel when you played it in flight gear?
Yes.
So I'll give that another go. See if we can...
I redid all your, and I know they're probably going to go to hell, but I can't stand it when all the AMD values are like, you're looking at the aircraft and it's all gray on one side, white on the other, and black. And so I fixed all that stuff. But
whereabouts is that stuff?
it's in the, you open the model file with a text editor, you can see all that stuff in the head of it. You'll have RGB values and .AMB values and luminance settings, or whether it's reflectivity and all that stuff.
Yeah, I noticed that when you're trying to work out where edges are, it all goes black on you and stuff.
Not good.
Oh, I fucking don't believe it.
What?
It just crashed out of me.
Ah, well, so much for that theory, eh?
Yeah, much for that theory. Bollocks. Oh well, bollocks to that then.
Unfortunately,
It's
it's
gives you
gonna
the
try to
binding
come.
machine.
Yeah, then it doesn't fix it.
Yeah, who needs to eat every day?
Just
Well, I
think
said when
about
I got my
updating.
new machine, oh, this be a pure flight gear machine with nothing else on it. You soon end up with every 20 million other programs running on it.
If you configure something that'll run flight gear really well, it'll do pretty much everything else really, really well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, my system's second hand. I'm happy as hell with it.
Are you flying at different speed this route, VooDoo?
Yes, target speed's 110 knots, sir.
I don't know what I'm getting.
There's only 3 of us left.
Well, I'm not in, it's our crash dude.
4 of us.
Yeah.
But you count yourselves, you know.
The only problem with the scenery in South America is where you get lots of clouds. The satellite has them clouds in the pictures, and then it just looks like snow on the ground.
Right this very minute, it doesn't look too bad.
No, well, it could be proper snow. But when you see a lot of white, that is could be a cloud, especially over the jungles in the tropic bits.
I had a great flight over the Himalayas in the C-17.
That's pretty stuff.
Oh yeah. Right
Well,
over
I'm telling
Everest.
him he did a few flight nights. Warty did them.
Yeah.
Morty likes that area.
Did the flying from India to China.
In the war years, that would have been the C-47 they would have used for that, I would have thought.
Yeah. Well, they tried to build a road, but it was massive, very long and very in the sticks, and then ended up flying stuff over. Once watched a very old documentary about the Japanese and the Chinese fighting, and the Chinese built this airfield for the Americans to use, and they built it by hand, no machines at all, and they had to clear millions of tons of rocks, drop the level, and they were doing it, and they got it all finished. The Japanese got very close, so they had to blow it all up and leave it.
Jeez. What a scanner.
But they were basically, the Chinese peasants were sort of digging it out by knife and fork, basically.
Yes, but the Chinese peasants didn't have a choice. They didn't they were going to get shot in the head by their own people. That's
They were
what you don't know. That's what it's not documented.
We were showing how much soil and rocks and stuff they were shifting, because they left like a column next to the area they were working to show how much they'd dropped the level, and then finally knocked that bit down at the end.
God, I remember my grandfather, he was an old salt. I remind my dad, he'd the Vauxhall back in the 70s or 80s, early 80s, and he said, he was over on a visit, and he said, Dad, I'm going to buy a Datsun. I've heard that. Oh, my grandfather went berserk. not buying any bloody Jap. Oh, old school. And when he eventually bought a BMW, the old boy wouldn't have talked to him for long enough. I suppose you had to live through it for these guys to actually understand the attitude, you know.
Yeah, they were repeating a couple of programs on the rise of the Nazis and a warning from history, and it was sort of documenting how the Nazis got into power. And they went from 2.5% of the vote to being invited to be the Chancellor in a couple of years.
Yeah, I read it was Krupp, the steel manufacturers, give them a lot of backing for obvious reasons.
Probably was. The guy they were talking about was somebody that you never heard of, he was the next general. Sort of leaning on the president to say, oh, we'll invite Hitler to be the Chancellor, and we can make him do what we want for the capitalist people.
Yeah.
And as soon as he got in power, he murdered all the rivals. And goodbye. So it shows how easy it is for it to happen.
Oh, big time. The only German thing he ever took pride in was he had a Krupp razor, the old open razor with a pearl handle. Krupp steel, I mean, they were really expensive. But
Really sharp.
yeah, but put it this way, one of the reasons for the pride in owning it was he always took great pleasure in saying the German officer that had it doesn't need it anymore. Oops.
Oops.
I'm sure my dad pinched that because when we were going through the old boys things, just couldn't find it. Yeah.
But they had Hitler locked up twice on serious charges, and he just got let off.
Yeah.
Because they
He
bumped him off, and he wouldn't have been the Second World War.
Oh, there'd have been something. He must have been out his skull. He must. I mean, after the Pearl Harbor, he decides to declare war on America. I mean, that must have been. All these generals must have just thought, well, that's it, game over, boys. You know.
Well, the game over before they started, because they started earlier than they should have. They were planning to.
Well, my granddad always said if he'd gone into Poland, but not bothered with France, they would have taken Russia, you know, and nobody would have complained.
That's a strange thing, isn't it? Why VooDoo and N66 president is so best buddies with Putin, when for 80 years Russia's been the enemy number one of America.
It's all about money and power, man. All of it. Money, 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 money.
The billions and trillions what's been spent fighting communism. The money they were pumping into Afghanistan when the communists were in power. And they were funding the Mujahideen, or whatever they call themselves. They were pumping in more money per day than they ever given to the Ukraine.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
It's a very true saying. I wonder what the skiing's like around here.
Well, I think some of this is actual snow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some of what I'm looking at is nice looking stuff. Nice formation, you guys got close this time. Yay! Thousand feet, 110 knots, GPS FMS 221 now. 20 minutes out of Sierra Charlie Tango November. I don't know if any of you guys got a chance to land at this airport that we're going to finish at, but it's going to be interesting because we have to stay high to get over the terrain, but then the airport shows up real fast, so descent rates will be turning to the right, more westish, to avoid the airport while we descend. Take a couple minutes.
So what countries are we flying over? I didn't look.
We're in Argentina now, aren't we?
I believe so.
Let's invade.
Why? What do they got that we want?
I watched that film a few weeks ago, the penguin lessons with Steve Coogan and the penguin. That's pretty grim.
Yeah. But there was, I know, it was MSN, I was reading an article. The author, the journalist, get ripped to bits by, you know, the comment section. And he was trying to say, you know, if Argentina invaded the Falklands again, we'd never be able to get... And this guy said, Argentina's not capable of raising a smile, never mind a decent army, to invade again.
Yeah, but if they waited 6 months in 1982, they could have had it then.
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been any bloody ships to go down to the South Atlantic. They've all been sold off as scrapped.
Yeah.
I think the Vulcan probably had gone back as well. Now, one of the bits in the film of this penguin thing is a school teacher in this private school, and he rescues a penguin at the seaside and brings it back. And he can't get rid of it, and he ends up looking after it. But it's all about all the people getting rounded up on the streets and disappearing.
Aye.
There's thousands and thousands of relatives of people who just disappeared and never been heard of again. Does that sound familiar, VooDoo?
Not here yet.
Well, they're rounding people up, aren't they? Disappearing them off the bloody other country.
Allegedly, they don't belong here. But my problem is they're not getting any due process, so they don't really know who's not here legally. If you just disappear and they spirit you off to God knows where with no due process or no higher power looking over their shoulders, God knows who's going to get deported.
Well, why don't they kick bloody Musk out? Because he's not a bloody citizen, is he?
Yeah, he is.
He's a South African.
No, he was. He's a U.S. citizen now, I believe. Pretty sure.
Almost positive he is.
I remember first time I went to the States, Jim was in Lemur, and he said, you want to settle here? He says, we'll sponsor you for 6 months. He says, I'll put you through heavy goods training, because I was a bus driver. I always wondered what would happen if I'd taken him up on his offer.
I used to go gliding with a guy, and he wanted to emigrate to America. And he was a joiner and a plumber and stuff, and his partner they went out there on holiday, and they were buying lottery tickets to get a green card. They spent a fortune buying these lottery tickets. And he learned to fly in America, but he never got to citizenship.
I think how it worked then was we would stay with them. We had to stay with them for 6 months, and as long as we were good, behaved ourselves, I found work. We could take citizenship. That was the old story. Kids were wee, just starting school, didn't want to leave family. You know? I think it's the only country, if I was ever going to have immigrated to, it's the one I would have gone to.
I think I'm going to emigrate across the Mississippi River and go back to Iowa here soon.
Back to where?
Back to Iowa. Get out of Illinois.
Not really emigrating, VooDoo.
Say what?
That's not really emigrating.
No, it is. It is if you live here. It's like a completely different cultural.
Where Blues Brothers were filmed, Illinois.
Yeah, Rock Island. I'm right next to it. Rock Island, Chicago. Chicago's 160 miles due east of here. On the west edge of the state of Illinois, right on the Mississippi River. The only place where the Mississippi River runs east and west, not north and south.
Well, I think Stuart might agree with me on this. I moved from Glasgow, which is 82 miles away, and I was in a totally different world. Language was different. Customs.
The Ouija world's a world on its own.
West Coast compared to the southeast, totally different.
I'm 75 miles from Glasgow. I am 74 miles from Dumfries.
You're probably 75 miles from virtually everywhere, aren't you, mate?
I am 94 miles from the border into England, and Glasgow is 92 miles from the border to England. So I'm actually technically further into Scotland than Glasgow.
And how far is Ireland from you? Not that far.
No.
30 miles.
I think
You can see it. So when you get these large regions going, you're doing the south, you should be just an Englishman, you can't, well, I'm actually further away from England than you are, by 2 miles, or fuck off. The land of the Ouija. Used to work in Glasgow, hated every minute.
Oh my. Did you commute or did you live there?
No, I used to go up there on duty assignments, maybe 2 or 3 days at a time, maybe a bit longer. But it's just not a nice place to work.
No, that's why I got out of there.
It's the only place that you walk into the work, you thought you might not make it today.
You get that anywhere really, but I used to work in Leeds, and we used to work a place called Armley where the jail is. If you went out at lunchtime to the shop, all the houses had metal gratings on the windows and the doors. But if you walked up the bypass road, up the hill, 5 minutes up the road you're into semi-detached land and they've got jags outside their houses. You couldn't believe the difference in such a short distance.
Well, Actor, you don't know where Blythwood Square is, don't you?
Yes, I do, sir.
I'm not going to ask how you know where it is, but you know what the activity is in that area, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, the government training centre is in Blythwood Square. So, whenever you were going for a training on a specific subject, you had to go through Blythwood Square to get to the training centre, which was at the far corner. And every time you used to go in the mornings, you had to start in the morning. The night shift ladies were still on, and you go into work and you're getting propositioned.
How does that go bad?
Say that again, VooDoo?
I said, how does that go bad?
You don't proposition like that. Just you hit your breakfast and you're going for a day of work, you know?
I'm saying.
Ah, well. I suppose we all come from somewhere.
Descent rate will be on the order of minus 1,500 feet per minute. We're 8 minutes and 50 seconds out, roughly. I'm still at 8,000 feet, 110 knots, GPS FMS 221.
Successfully disconnected the autopilot without killing myself.
Well done.
Hey, yay! Practice makes perfect, mate.
Full time though.
That was a fast then.
What? Death bananas ho!
Ride him, cowboy.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Oh boy. Descending at minus 1,500 feet per minute to sea level to land. Mark. Watch me for some course changes. Two little valleys, or two big valleys here with a big rock in the middle, and we're going to go to the right. So watch me. Trimming descent rate to minus 1,000 feet per minute. Per minute. Arc. Turning right. Current heading 236, heading bug. Correcting left. Descending through 2,800 feet.
Got all the lights on in the town.
Watch me for the left turn to GPS FMS 180. Mark, left. 8 GPS FMS 180. Continue descending. Big concrete area right in front of us. We're going to land there. Slow speed 70 knots. Mark. Generation 3 autopilot rocks, Stuart.
Yes, I know.
Yes, I know. So cool it leaves frosted footprints, my man.
Down and on the ground.
Oh my.
Oh, watch out, VooDoo. I'm right below you.
Ah!
Oh, big bang, big bang. Oh! Cough my nuts up there.
No, don't do that. I'm good.
I just did. No, that's me. I broke my helicopter, I think.
Not good.
You're going round in circles there, VooDoo.
Oh, I got a bit closer than I normally do.
there we go. Thank you for joining me.
Alex.
Yeah, great flight.
Alex has got next week, as Stuart just said.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, lovely touchdown in 6-6.
Woohoo!
Almost like I know what I'm doing.
Let's not get carried away, brother.
Oh, I'm not. Sometimes I get lucky.
Oh, that wasn't luck.
Righty, well I'm off ski, so I'll see you next time.
See you next week, man. Catch up with you
See you
later.
next
Take
week.
care.
See ya.
See you in a fortnight, boys.
I'm killing the killing the video.
User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected.